My friends, Paris is burning. I'll give you one guess who's responsible. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is burning. Most of it has collapsed at this hour. I was just watching it on TV a little while ago. They've been remodeling the 800-year-old edifice for about 2 years. Fire broke out just at about rush hour. It's in the middle of Holy Week, which I found out on TV. The Cathedral of Notre Dame has been getting 13 million visitors a year. How did the fire start? Well, apparently nobody is prepared to say. However, I am prepared to say. You recall, not too long ago, Muslims destroyed the Buddhas of Bamyan in central Afghanistan. They were hundreds, I think thousands of years old. They were dynamited and destroyed in March 2001. You remember something about the World Trade Center, right? That was the very symbol of America, American business. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is the very symbol of Christian Europe. France is very protective of their Muslim population. They won't hear anyone talking about Muslims and terrorism. They don't want to hear it. Despite the fact that Paris and other cities are being torn apart with burning tires, with no-go zones, with rapes, harassment of women, the Charlie Hebdo shootings, attacks on Jews, desecration of synagogues, attacks on Christians, destroying synagogues in Muslim places all over the world, is the perfect symbol of Christian Europe, which Muslims insist is going to fall. Now, the people on TV will tell you, well, we have not a hint of terrorism. Well, what makes you think you would have a hint? The media is not going to tell you that. The police are not going to tell you that. You know as well as I do, whenever there's a terrorist attack, within 3.5 seconds, some spokesman for police is in front of a camera saying, not terrorism. It's not terrorism. We don't know who did it, but we know who didn't do it. It wasn't terrorism. Forget it. Don't mention it. Don't even think about it. Now go away. You've heard President Trump over the past 2 years say that Paris is no longer Paris. Different city. Different city than it was when I was there in 1987. Then it was a French city. Now it's a Muslim city. And France is a Muslim country. Let's be honest. And so when the Cathedral of Notre Dame mysteriously catches fire at rush hour during Holy Week, someone with a little bit of common sense says, well, now hang on a second. So you keep your eyes peeled to your TVs. And you wait for someone to say this was terrorism. It's not going to happen unless and until some terror organization goes public and says we claim credit for it. And even if they did that, I'm not at all sure that the media and law enforcement in Paris would allow the word to get out. So this may remain the stuff of conspiracy, but I'm here to tell you, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck and waddles like a duck, it's a duck. And what's burning now in the center of Paris, an 800-year-old holy spot, bears the unmistakable fingerprint of Islam. Speaking of which, item from the Jewish World Review. Members of the rabidly anti-Israel group called American Muslims for Palestine, AMP, met this week with U.S. Representatives Rashida Tlaib, Democrat, Michigan, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat, New York, during the group's annual Palestine Advocacy Day. Ocasio-Cortez posed for a photo with AMP supporters outside her office on Capitol Hill. An AMP newsletter posted online shows. However, nothing was posted online saying what Ocasio-Cortez said to the AMP supporters. Tlaib spoke to the group on Monday, saying she feels, quote, more Palestinian in Congress than she does anywhere else in the world, unquote. You know, I find myself addressing Democrats here on Real Truth more than I ever have in the past. because they stymie me. I can't understand why sentient beings would do the things that Democrats do. But I'll talk to Democrats again. Anywhere you hear me, anywhere across the state of Colorado, anywhere across America, on the internet, other countries, if you're listening to me from the manned space station, if you are in favor of terrorism, keep voting Democrats. If you love the Palestinian murderers, keep voting Democrat. If you hate America, keep voting Democrat. Because the Palestinians hate Jews, and they hate Christians, and they hate America, and they hate the West, and it's the Democrats who are in bed with them, who empower them, who celebrate them. The good news is it's not too late. If you're a Democrat, just make a personal vow that you will never, ever again be so stupid as to vote for Democrats. And then maybe you can wash some of the stain off of your hands. Item from the Daily Mail in England. Chinese authorities are using a vast system of facial recognition cameras to track its Uyghur Muslim minority across the country, according to a New York Times report. Facial recognition technology integrated into China's huge networks of surveillance cameras has been programmed to look exclusively for Uyghurs based on their appearance and keep records of their movements across China, according to the report on Sunday. Beijing has already attracted widespread criticism for its treatment of Uyghurs in the northwest region of Xinjiang, where up to 1 million members of mostly Muslim Turkic-speaking minority groups are held in internment camps, according to estimates cited by a UN panel. Stop! What widespread criticism? I haven't heard anyone except the liberal press. The New York Times criticized them. The rest of us are saying, yes, that's how you handle Muslims. That's how you keep them from being a fifth column in your country. That's how you keep them from blowing things up. The only better way to treat Muslims is to give them tickets out of the country and get the hell rid of them. But as long as they're there, and by the way, what China has are not internment camps. They are re-education camps. And given what we know here in America as the huge cost of education, the fact that China is willing to not only educate, but re-educate Uyghur Muslims for free sounds pretty darn nice to me. Are the Uyghurs grateful for it, or are they kvetching about it? The thing that troubles me about this story is, why is China so much smarter than we are? China has determined to keep control of its country despite the presence of Muslims. When will we get that through our thick skulls? It's Monday. Real truth. Be right back.
Before hiring a realtor from a big corporation who outsources their jobs and pays little to no taxes, ask yourself, what do you really want in a realtor? You need a realtor who is honest and has integrity. A realtor who is focused on the client's bottom line, not the realtor's bottom line. Who provides personable, over-the-top service before, during, and after the transaction. You want a realtor that knows how to market your property. Hi, I'm James Morgan, a realtor with Grisham & Associates, LLC. I am your Colorado real estate specialist. Land deals, mountain cabins, or urban dwellings, I've got you covered. For the first-time home buyer, we will make it the best experience. If you are looking to move up or downsizing, we will do better than your last transaction. Call me today at 720-203-0731 or visit coloradoproperties.online. Let me do a great job for you.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. We are a family-owned and operated business. We run a gun store, pawn shop in Longmont, Colorado, and have served the Front Range for nearly 25 years. Currently, we have over 400 guns for sale in our 4,200 square foot showroom. Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, according to Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, is one of the state's highest volume gun dealers. We are also the busiest pawn shop in Longmont, and we offer the lowest interest rates on your loans in northern Colorado. Seriously, why would you pawn your valuables anywhere else? We've sold over 45,000 guns since 1999, so if you are into those old Colts and Winchesters, new blocks in H&K's will take good care of you. People you can trust, and a pawn shop you can trust. That's Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, 303-772-7952. That's 303-772-7952.
Join us and don't miss a moment of The Alex Jones Show, your #1 source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-America, pro-family, pro-freedom. We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
My friends, there are two things I really love. All right, more than two things, but there are two things especially. One is the opportunity to say I told you so. I addressed that last week. The other thing I really love is being able to shove the hypocrisy down the throats of the hypocrites. I love it. And what better example do we have of that than this past week? Donald Trump, you gotta love him. He says, all right, you want illegals being dumped on the streets of America? Good, we'll dump them on the streets of sanctuary cities. Genius. The hypocrisy is the liberals, the Democrats, the sanctuary city people. They've been saying, we want illegal aliens. Let them come to our city. Bring them to our city. And Trump says, okay. And the Democrats say, well, hang on a second. Hold on. You can't bring them. No, you can't. We don't want nothing. They've been virtually begging for illegal aliens to come to their cities. As soon as Donald Trump says, okay, let's send illegal aliens to cities, now they are apoplectic. Now they're like Dracula at high noon outdoors. They're screaming, screeching, it's racism. I'm not sure how it's racism. Illegal alien could be of any race. What has race got to do with it? We don't want them out of the country because of their race. We want them out because they're breaking our laws. Shoving hypocrisy right down the throats of the hypocrites. I love it. So does Glenn Beck. Glenn, take it away.
We're going to talk about how we can make these sanctuary cities very
Excuse me, Lori, dear stupid Lori, you are taking the bait. This tells you how this chick got elected mayor of Chicago, Democrat Chicago. Donald Trump says something. She doesn't want to take the bait, but here she is on the radio taking the bait. And she's one of the more intelligent Democrats.
In our values. We are a city that is a sanctuary city. We have immigrants from all over the world who call Chicago their home. They'll continue to do that, and we're going to continue to make sure that this is truly a welcoming community.
Well, then shut your mouth. Then what problem do you have with Donald Trump directing illegal aliens to your city? You want them, right? So then shut up.
Immigration, we want them to come.
That's precisely right. A career politician would never dare incur the wrath of the New York Times and pundits across the media. They just wouldn't do that. After all, you got to be presidential. Right. Donald Trump says, screw that. And I'm with him. Well, now let's think of this, folks. When illegal aliens come here from Mexico, Guatemala, Venezuela, whatever toilet they come from, they want to feel at home, right? So they're coming from a country where life is cheap, people get killed all the time, and they're going to go to Chicago where 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people each weekend are gunned down. So they should feel right at home in Chicago, shouldn't they?
I bet maybe why they were looking at this.
Well, hang on a second. How come Chicago is struggling and can't do anything for itself? I mean, since time immemorial, going back many, many decades, Chicago has been a Democrat fortress, a Democrat stronghold controlled by Democrats. It should be a utopia if the Democrat policies worked, right? They should have an economy unmatched in the country. Streets should be safe. Government should be the furthest from corrupt as you can imagine. Life should be a dream. No, I'm not going to sing Life Can Be a Dream. But life should be a dream in Chicago because, after all, the Democrats have been free to implement their programs unhindered by Republican interference in Chicago. And the place is a toilet because of Democrat policies and Democrat corruption. And by the way, when MIT opens its doors and admits illegal aliens to its college, they better get degrees, and I mean advanced degrees. Otherwise, we know there's racism at MIT, right? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to keep an illegal alien from getting the most advanced degree that MIT hands out simply because they don't know any science, they can't speak English? You're a racist, right? Well, I certainly hope MIT is not racist. In fact, I would hope that they would fill their staff, their faculty, their administration with illegal aliens. People who can't even spell MIT.
You don't even have to qualify. Free college tuition at Harvard. I think they overwhelmed the city in any way, I think Harvard would open their gym doors. Yeah.
By the way, we know that liberals, and Harvard is a very, very liberal institution, we know they want to give away free college tuition, right? So why is Harvard still charging for its college tuition? Why are they still taking money? Why aren't they already ahead of the pack, at the forefront of societal change? Why aren't they giving away free tuition to everybody? Now, if the administrators of Harvard are listening to the show, I invite them to call in. I'm very, very happy to give you airtime. 877-254-7524. I promise I won't ask you about the fact that you've been discriminating against Asians so you can get more blacks and Hispanics into your school. We won't talk about that. Discriminating against Jews for a very, very long time, but I won't mention that because I don't want anyone to know about that. But I want to know why Harvard. And by the way, why limit it to Harvard? What about Princeton, Yale, any of the other big colleges and universities? Why don't you walk your talk? You're in lockstep with the other liberals saying we want free college. Okay, good. Let's have it. Maybe I'll go back to school. I'd love to take some courses at Harvard, especially if they're free.
And so I've got housed there, and that'd be great. Isn't that really nice? Well, and they've got an endowment. I don't know if you're aware of $39.5 billion. Now they could take every single one of these illegals and give them free college education for the next 50 years with that tuition, probably. Just apply it to educating illegals who come to Cambridge to live in your sanctuary city. That'd be awesome. I love this. And you know what's going to happen in Cambridge? As we've been told over and over again, the crime rates are going to fall. They're going to drop through the floor.
That's absolutely right. We know that wherever illegal aliens go, there's no crime. They sit quietly, they learn, they study, they ponder, maybe they write poetry, they cultivate flowers. It's just a wonderful, wonderful blessing.
Because as we know,
And that's exactly what you have on the left, the cacophonous echo chamber. One idiot on the left on CNN says it. It's repeated by another idiot on MSNBC. And the idiots on NBC and CBS and ABC get it. And the newspapers get it. And the news services get it. Next thing you know, it's true. What makes it true? Well, I heard other people say it.
okay, so we know if sanctuary cities had more people coming into them, the crime rate would of course fall. That's us, right? So let's just put it to the test, Pat Ray. Are you willing to say you were wrong if indeed we put 78,000 people in Cambridge and the crime rate does indeed fall? Are you willing to say you were wrong? Yes. Are you willing to? I am too. If all of a sudden Cambridge just becomes this paradise, okay.
Well, yeah, you can expect Cambridge to become the same type of paradise as, say, Chicago, where they're perennially broke, people are shot down like dogs on the street, corruption off the scale, or maybe San Francisco, where you have entire populations, armies of homeless people, human feces everywhere. Because after all, San Francisco is also a long-time Democrat stronghold. My friends, are we connecting the dots out there in Radio Land? You're getting the point I'm making? Yes? No? Maybe? Say something. Well, I can't hear you anyway, so it doesn't matter. Where you have Democrat policies, you have ruin. You have misery. You have poverty. You have crime. Think before you ever vote again. We'll be back.
These homes are around 50 years old now and using more electrical power than ever imagined back in the day. And aluminum wire does not get better with time. They are much harder to insure and harder to sell as well. Aluminum wire repair, our electricians, focus on the permanent mitigation of the aluminum wire hazard. Call them for a free inspection now. Aluminum wire repair, 720-299-4706. Or visit their website at alwirerepair.com. Don't walk away from a home you're planning on buying just because it has aluminum wire. Let them help you. Your safety is their business. They are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call them today, 720-299-4706, or visit their website, alwirerepair.com.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, serving Longmont and the Front Range of Colorado since 1994. We specialize in guns and currently have over 400 guns for sale. We also buy, sell, pawn, and trade for gold, silver, musical instruments, knives, archery equipment, quads, side-by-side, coins, and a lot more. We buy gun collections and do appraisals, which is smart for insurance purposes should a claim arise. We are, according to ATF, Colorado's second highest volume gun dealer, and because we have a lot lower overhead than the big box stores, we can beat the big box stores by as much as $100 per gun. And we have the lowest interest rates in northern Colorado, half of what the corporate stores charge when you're doing a loan. Come and see us at Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. If you love guns and you love gold, come and see us. Check us out on the web, www.grandpaspawn.com or 303-772-7952. Grandp?
Are you staring out the window daydreaming about spring in your lush green yard and backyard barbecues? Well, don't blink. Before you know it, you'll be knee-high in grass. Don't let the HOA come pounding on your door. Don't be that guy. Call Turf Tamers Landscaping at 970-460-TURF or visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. We will get your yard in tip-top shape. Specializing in maintenance and install of commercial and residential properties, we pride ourselves in our clean-cut and approachable crew to work efficiently and quickly detailing your property. Visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. Our install crew can transform your backyard into the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of. Call me, Brian, at 970-460-TURF for a free walkthrough and estimate where we can meet to discuss the best options for your landscaping needs. Family owned and locally operated, we've been serving Northern Colorado for over 18 years. Thank you for your support and supporting KHNC.
The Alex Jones Show, right here on KHNC in the heart of Northern Colorado. Stay tuned. The Alex Jones Show, right here on KHNC.
All right, welcome back. Howard Riell, Real Truth. You remember I mentioned earlier in the show that I love shoving hypocrisy down the throats of hypocrites? Well, I love it so much, I just got to do more of it. Here's Tucker Carlson from over the weekend. Talking about Donald Trump calling the Democrats bluff by wanting to send illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities. I love it. Apparently, Tucker loves it also. Here he goes. Beto O'Rourke. Pocahontas. Some guy I can't even recognize. Kamala Harris. Kristen Gillibrand. So my friends, tell me, are these people truly as stupid as they appear to be? Or are they intentionally lying? Well, I don't think you reach the positions of wealth and prominence that these people have just by being stupid. You got to be stupid and cagey. You got to be stupid and cunning. And these people are cunning. They know exactly what to say to get the simple-minded, low-information voters to support them. And incredibly, they do. Back to Tucker.
There is no such thing.
So explain something to me, my friends. Now, you know very well I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm not that bright. I need things real simple, meat and potatoes simple. So the mayor of Oakland warned criminals that ICE was coming to take them into custody, and the criminals left. So here's the really stupid question. Again, I apologize. I'm not worldly. I never went to Harvard, Yale, or Princeton. I don't know nothing from nothing. How come the mayor of Oakland isn't in jail? Why isn't the mayor of Oakland in jail? Didn't she assist criminals in escaping the law in flight from arrest? Isn't that a crime? I'll say it another time because you may not hear me. I'm not speaking loudly enough. Why isn't the mayor of Oakland in jail? If we could answer that question, which takes into account politics, corruption, our two-tier legal system where some people get a pass and others don't, the left's thirst to destroy America, the left's propensity to turn victims into criminals and criminals into victims, if we could answer this one question, well, we'd be up for a Nobel Peace Prize. I'd like one. I've got room on my mantle. All right, I actually don't have a mantle, but I make room. I get a mantle. This is the nerve center, this question. How can the mayor of Oakland commit what I think is a crime? You warn a criminal, the cops are coming, and they escape. You're liable, aren't you? How come she's not arrested? Could it be the cop knows that if he works for the Oakland Police Department and he tries to arrest the mayor of Oakland, that he's going to be fired? Could that possibly it? Could it be because all the Democrats in lockstep would support this mayor? Yeah, I think we're on the right track there. She's still the mayor.
As she later explained, she had no choice. All good people want more illegal immigrants in their cities.
It was a continued perpetuation of a racist lie that immigrants are not valued members of our society. We in Oakland know better. We in Oakland have a community that welcomes and honors all people, no matter where they came from or how they got here.
Or what crimes they've committed. If it's rape, if it's assault and battery, if it's murder, if it's drunk driving, if it's credit card fraud, Oakland wants them. So if you're within the sound of my voice, and you are a scumbag, if you're a lowlife, if you're a criminal, and maybe you're on the lam. Do people still say on the lam? I don't know what they say. If you're hiding out from the authorities and you need a safe place, go to Oakland. In fact, show up at the mayor's office, show up at the mayor's home, and say, here I am, baby. Give me a big hug.
In Oakland, they're welcoming. In fact, the whole state is welcoming. In his inaugural address this spring, the incoming governor of California, Gavin Newsom, echoed those words. Everyone can come to California. He said, absolutely everyone.
Let's build a house stronger than the coming storms, yet open to the world. A house that provides shelter to all who need it and sanctuary to all who seek it. We'll not have one house for the rich and one for the poor, or one for the native born and one for the rest.
So the left really couldn't be clearer on this question. All immigration is good. More immigration is better. There is no distinction between legal and illegal varieties of immigration. And if you disagree with any of this, you are a white nationalist. That's what they said almost every day for the past 2 years. We've watched carefully, and so have you. And now here, completely out of the blue, comes the man they despise most in the world, Donald J. Trump, offering them the one thing they want more than anything: more immigrants, immediately, delivered right to their door at federal expense. Well, it must have been like Christmas morning. You think you're getting another pair of socks, and yet there it is, a pony, tethered to your mailbox. Holy smoke.
So you see, my friends, Tucker Carlson shares this quality with myself. He takes hypocrisy, gets a big plunger, and smashes it down the esophagus of the hypocrites. The Democrats are hypocrites. They're fakes. They're phonies. They're liars. They're schemers. You heard them in their own words. So once again, I'm begging you, think before you vote. We'll be back.
Join us and don't miss a moment of the Alex Jones Show, your number one source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-America, pro-family, pro-freedom. We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com.
Are you staring out the window daydreaming about spring in your lush green yard and backyard barbecues? Well, don't blink. Before you know it, you'll be knee-high in grass. Don't let the HOA come pounding on your door. Don't be that guy. Call Turf Tamers Landscaping at 970-460-TURF or visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. We will get your yard in tip-top shape. Specializing in maintenance and install of commercial and residential properties, we pride ourselves in our clean-cut and approachable crew to work efficiently and quickly detailing your property. Visit our website at turftamerslandscaping.com. Our install crew can transform your backyard into the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of. Call me, Brian, at 970-460-TURF for a free walkthrough and estimate where we can meet and discuss the best options for your landscaping needs. Family-owned and locally operated, we've been serving Northern Colorado for over 18 years. Thank you for your support and supporting KHNC.
All right, guys, I told you right at the very outset of the show, I love shoving hypocrisy down the throats of hypocrites. And so I presented Glenn Beck and his team talking about sending illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities and the liberals there squawking. And then I gave you Tucker Carlson talking about the same thing. I haven't had my fill yet, so I'm going to do it again. Here's Laura Ingraham talking about the hypocrisy of the Democrats. Go!
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle tonight. Had indeed been spied upon. Approaching this issue.
It's not so simple because all these Democrats who've been lying their asses off have now been exposed. Now you see them caught in their lies. One day they want illegal aliens, next day they don't. So you people out there, I'm addressing myself once again to my millions and millions of Democrat listeners. You see that you've been made fools of. You've been hoodwinked. You're being lied to by the very politicians you support. So wise up.
Consider this horrific crime.
So, folks, this illegal alien, allegedly, innocent until proven guilty, and I'm not assuming he's guilty. He may be innocent, alleged. Are we covered legally? Okay, good. Alleged. He'd been deported twice and then allegedly killed this girl. So here's another question from Brooklyn. How could he have killed this girl if he'd been shot twice? What if he came across our border illegally and we shot him? He somehow managed to crawl back over the border, healed, came back, and we shot him again. How could he have raped and murdered this girl? All right, spoiler alert, I'm going to give you the answer. He couldn't. So this girl would be alive. But instead, our politicians on the left, and some Republicans are on the left, unfortunately. Politicians on the left play games. And if that game happens to leave casualties in its wake, they don't care. Woman raped, that's okay. Murdered, that's fine. Because they want votes. And what the Democrats are showing us and telling us is that getting votes is more important to them than the safety and well-being of American citizens. Now, if you have ever voted Democrat in your life, you should be pulling your hair out now. You should be slapping yourself in the head and saying, how could I have been so stupid? Well, I'll tell you how. You're a Democrat.
Too busy trying to demonize someone and score.
My friends, these Democrats are so disgusting, I don't even want to listen to the remainder of this video. I'm being very serious. Anyone who opposes them is Hitler, is disgusting, is dishonest, can't be believed, he's a criminal, he's Satan. Does it begin to sound like the same yah-yah when you hear it over and 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 over? We've been hearing it for years. Anyone who disagrees with the Democrats is evil, is disgusting, is racist, hates women, Islamophobe, homophobe, germaphobe, any other kind of a phobe you want to attach. And after a while, you just have to tune it out. If you've got anything on the ball, you've got to tune it out. They can't be taken seriously anymore because they say the same thing again and again and again about everybody. They're fools and liars and criminals. I don't understand why they get any votes in elections. Forget about a majority of votes. I don't know why they get any. And I just can't listen to their lies anymore. I've really reached a threshold. Had to turn it off. William Barr is a sterling individual, just like Brett Kavanaugh. Doesn't matter to the Democrats. They are going to shred him for no reason. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Join us and don't miss a moment of the Alex Jones Show, your #1 source for real independent media. Find out what the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. InfoWars is pro-America, pro-family, pro-freedom. We are rebooting 1776. Exclusive reports, live coverage, information you won't find anywhere else. Tomorrow's news today. Stay informed by listening to KHNC 1360 AM. The Alex Jones Show on KHNC, the heart of Northern Colorado.
You can buy gold just about anywhere in the world from all kinds of different dealers. So why do you use the Patriot Trading Group?
20 years of service, just like that. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, just like that. Lowest prices, just like that. No solicitations, just like that. Buying or selling, just like that.
For all your gold and silver needs, call the Patriot Trading Group at 800-951-0592. Just like that.
Tax season, traffic, bills, or just plain cabin fever. Come fly fish the North Platte River with Trout Tamers Outfitter. Hi, Brian here with Trout Tamers Outfitter, 970-460-8873, or visit our website at trouttamers.com. Servicing the whole North Platte River from Northgate Canyon to Casper. Come target the aggressive rainbows this spring while floating the Gray Reef section of the river, just 4 hours north of Denver and 1 hour west of Casper. Book a trip at trouttamers.com or call us at 970-460-8873. Very beginner friendly, approximately 8 hours on a drift boat floating down the scenic North Platte River. Prices include in-season flies, all gear, lunches for 2 anglers. Call about discounts for vets and children under the age of 16. Please report.
Item from Breitbart, a public health official in Laredo, Texas, said 20 Congolese migrants were monitored for Ebola and other diseases in shelters in this city and across the Mexican border in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas. Shortly after his announcement during a Laredo City Council meeting, the World Health Organization considered declaring a global emergency in response to a massive outbreak of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, unquote. So people from the third world are bringing hideous diseases here, and we're going to do what about it? Well, obviously, we're going to put out press releases. Item from the Daily Wire. A big and troubling thought hit me, says the author, while reading the book The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan. In the 56 years since The Feminine Mystique was published, every complaint Friedan made regarding the situation of the American woman has been addressed. Few American women are forced into, quote, housewifery. The few women who choose to place marriage and home over career have truly chosen to do so. It's the rare young woman for whom marriage and family are greater goals than a successful career. Nor do women any longer go from high school to the wedding chapel. They go from high school to college and often graduate school. In fact, far more women go to college than men. Yet, if you were to listen to many American women today, you would think nothing has improved. Every women's group and millions of individual women say women are, quote, oppressed, despite the fact that virtually nothing remains of the feminine mystique described by Betty Friedan, unquote. My friends, I once held a door for Betty Friedan. She said thank you. It was cool. Today's feminists are jerks looking for some reason to feel good about themselves. Women in America are equal, so you can knock off the nonsense. Item from the Daily Caller. A group of around 350 migrants attempting to join a caravan on the way to the United States broke the locks and forced their way through a gate between Mexico and Guatemala on Friday. The National Immigration Institute said the migrants, likely from Central America, behaved in a hostile and aggressive manner, even attacked police in the Mexican border village of Metapa, according to an AP report. Item from the Daily Caller: the nation's only all-male, historically black college announced the new transgender policy after its Board of Trustees approved it on Saturday. Morehouse College in Atlanta will begin accepting transgender men next year, the college leaders told the Associated Press. Transgender men, meaning they have transitioned from female to male, can enroll at the college starting in 2020. But students who were born male and now identify as female will not be allowed to. Unquote. My friends, that hardly seems fair. If you're going to allow one group of brain-damaged degenerates to enter your college, what about the other brain-damaged degenerates? By the way, this was Martin Luther King's college. Item from the Associated Press: Border Patrol agents dropped off asylum-seeking migrants in New Mexico's second most populous city for the second day in a row on Saturday, prompting Las Cruces city officials to appeal for donations of food and personal hygiene items and a state medical program to seek volunteers to provide health assessment for migrants. Unquote. These people are being dropped off in cities that cannot handle it, that are ill-equipped, that haven't got the resources. Make sense? Sound like an intelligent policy? Or does it sound like the United States is committing suicide? Does it sound like people on the left who are all about these illegal aliens coming here really hate America and want to do everything they can to destroy it from within? All right, 23 hours from now, you be right here, and I will too. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay angry.